Sherlock Holmes has always been a popular character in media. There's been a ton of film and television adaptations of Arthur Conan Doyle's famous consulting detective. Video games, though, that's not somewhere you often see Mr. Holmes. Enter Crime and Punishments, the newest in a relatively unknown line of Sherlock games from independent developer Frogwares. You play as the man himself, solving 6 different mysteries in late 19th century London.
There are no clues, but then a negative result is also a result.
If you've had any previous experience with Dr. Holmes, you're bound to recognize something here. Sherlock and Watson's characters draw inspiration from multiple versions of the lore. They're not totally faithful to the books, or the 1940s Pipe and Hat Sherlock, or the current TV version played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Think of them as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. John Watson, greatest hits. For an indie game, the graphics are rather impressive. Now, the world won't wow you like Destiny, but this isn't a big budget game. The graphical focus is instead placed on Sherlock's interview subjects. The detail during conversations is fantastic, the lighting and contouring are movie quality, and the mouth and chin movements are eerily human. Now, during these interviews, Sherlock gets to flex his persona observation skill. Time slows to a crawl while you, in Holmes' shoes, search for tidbits of character-defining information in the subject's appearances. Now, this basically mimics the same ability seen in movie and television versions of the detective, but the slower pace here is smart. It keeps things simple. Imagine having to figure these same things out in a span of 2 seconds with timed button presses. Sherlock has some of his other trademark skills too. His focus ability highlights easily overlooked evidence, and his imagination skills allow him to reconstruct events or items that would otherwise baffle the people around him. It's a good homage to the other modern Sherlock interpretations, and it helps avoid the biggest problem with most click-and-point adventures, figuring out what the things you gather actually mean. Now, with that said, the main focus of the game is still the characters you interview. Generally, they're fascinating and well-voiced.
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
Despite being only 6 cases long, this isn't something you'll breeze through. It's designed to make you think, and it lets you draw your own conclusions. Evidence you gather can lead to different case theories, most of which are incorrect, of course. Still, you can go forward with these decisions and live with making the wrong choice. You're not directly guided to the correct choice or set on one ultimate path. There's no hiding this. Crimes and Punishments has a few technical issues. There's invisible walls everywhere. Invisible walls are okay when they're used to section off areas you're obviously not supposed to go, but when you're looking for clues or the next step on the trail and you have a limited environment to explore, this ubiquity is just silly. And then there's the lighting. Now, it's fine when you're inside or outdoors, but when you're switching between the two, something you'll do quite often on some levels by the way, the entire color palette and focus shifts instantly. But the most annoying issue is the loading screens. There's a loading screen for everything. Traveling to a different area forces a 20 to 30 second wait, which would be okay if you didn't have to change spots so often. And then there's another loading screen once you get there, and then another when you approach an interview subject, and another if a cutscene happens. This isn't a fast-paced game to begin with, but the constant pauses can really kill the flow of the game. So, should you play this? Are you a fan of Sherlock Holmes, even only casually? Do you like point-and-click investigation games that ask you to think? Then yes, despite the issues, you should play this. But if you crave action, fast-paced fighting, or big explosions, you'll probably want to pass this one up.
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.